It's time for the winners match here in today's GSL Code S round of 32, Group G, excuse me. Yeah, Group G.
Group G it is.
I'm not good with
more
the
like
alphabet.
Group GG.
True against Rain. Now, Rain is our only Protoss. If he wins this, the rest is going to be ZVZ's.
ZVZ's a fun matchup, though.
It is.
Like
It's a cool matchup.
PVZ, I like that one, too. You know what? I actually like every matchup right now. Let me think. Just make sure I'm not... Yep. I like every matchup right now.
Well, I love how the metagame is shifting so much. Like, even like PVZ, for instance, like what we're about to cast here. It's so much different than it was in Wings of Liberty. There's a lot more fancy stuff than going to openers now.
Dude, it's way more different than it was.
Yeah. All right, here we have True and Rain. The map is Bell Sheer Vestige. The loser is not. The loser of this best of three is not out. It goes to the final match.
I think Rain actually pairs up against True a bit better than he does against Songduri. I think Songduri is a bigger threat, and Kongo is a bigger threat to Rain than True is. While I think True is the most dangerous ZVZer in the group.
I agree with you 100%.
So we'll see if the kind of aggressive style of True, is that going to be able to break through Rain? Or, you know what, he might not play only aggressive, though. This isn't like we're watching Hiva.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. True, I think, yeah, everything you said there is correct. True, very deadly ZVZ. A little bit hard to keep control of. But against Rain, because he just is so good at defense and taking that, sometimes that disadvantage early on to get into the healthy late game, should be in good shape. But we're going to find out. Anyways, this is game one of the winners match here, Group G of the GSL Code S. Special thanks to our sponsors at JOGUNSHOP. Definitely check out their clothing. Over here in the bottom right, we have our deadly ZVZ player. How will he fare in a PVZ? He is
G-Nair Green Wings, True.
And in the upper left, we have our very conservative Protoss player. He is
SK Telecom T1 Rain.
So, one thing I really would like to point out is look at that pylon right there. That placement. That shows he does not trust True. He's, like game one. And in fact, he knows True watches games too, so that also makes sense that he showed gateway expands to go ahead and open with this, because no one knew for sure that he was going to gateway expand coming in today. He's not one of these Protosses that only gateway expands normally. So to start with the wall in, it's that extra layer of safety. The economy is just slightly worse, and sometimes it gets a little bit annoying later on, but it's just the extra layer of safety early on against a player like True, who could be very aggressive. And look at that, he's actually going for a hatchery.
This is actually happening right now.
Cool.
This is going to be a lot of fun to cast.
I love, every offensive hatchery build I think is fun. It's so interesting because there's so many different ways you can go with it, right? You can just try to get... I think what he's going to try for is to get the queen out, because he's made this so quickly. Get that queen out, make the creep tumors, make him get up to detection, because if you're on one base trying to get detection, get rid of creep tumors in your naturals, Protoss, let me tell you, that's not a fun place to be at. And as long as True makes a lot of units behind that, the Immortal Warp Prism type harassment that we're likely to see may not be as useful.
One thing that's funny about this, too, is the location of the cybernetics core. It could be hit. He could be hit very, very easily.
You mean if he does like a spine crawler?
Yeah, if he gets a spine out.
That's true, yeah.
He could plant that on the low ground.
Very, very true.
And with Overlords in play, it's not like it's going to be hard for him to spot the high ground.
My guess is he's going to skip spines up there. I think there's just going to be too much damage out to really get them morphed in. So probably, I think he's going to go for that queen. Probably make his pool is so late that may not end up working out.
That is a late spawning pool. If that's you know what, actually?
Yeah, because he went for...
doesn't work.
He went in the next hatch, so he's just letting this finish just to let the creep get out as far as possible, because creep takes about 300 years to dissipate when it's at your expansion.
So long?
It takes as long as 4 Dark Shrines building. That's what it feels like.
Now,
at
do you
least
feel
when
like
it's at
he
your
did this
expansion.
incorrectly, though? I feel like just to get the queen out and get the creep tumor out, it was way better. I feel like this is ill-timed.
Well, you know what? He's looking at it overall. You can never guarantee the creep tumor, because if you want to make sure the creep tumor comes out, you also have to make a bunch of lings, because the Zealots can actually just kill the creep tumor. You can just right-click on it and kill it. So that can be an issue.
Broodling micro here.
So I like what he did. If you get the creep tumor off, it's like the best thing in the whole world, but I like what he did here better. By the way, Burrow on the way. Burrow. This quick of Burrow.
He's up to something.
He, I think, wants to burrow. I think he's like, instead of creep tumor, I'll just get quick burrow. We're going to see something come across the map very soon, I think. He should be making it 2 Zerglings soon, I think. Come on.
This goes to show you how long it takes to kill larvae here.
And he actually gets an Oracle. Ooh.
Huh.
This is such a
I
cool
like
game.
the Oracle response.
Yes.
I think that's super smart.
I have to agree with you so much. Okay, so this burrow, I guess I'm not quite
sure. 2
sure
extractor tricks there?
what it's about.
He did 2 extractor tricks right now.
Yeah. He wanted that extra queen. Let me just check exactly what he's scouted to make sure. Okay, he hasn't seen the Stargate, so he doesn't know 100% on that.
Well, he's going to see the Oracle now.
That's a nice scout.
So this does give True small amount of time to try to come up with, some kind of defense. Huh?
You know what he's going to do? He's going to do just Zergling harassment with this burrow, I think, where he's getting speed really quick. If he can get any lings in and burrow, also, of course, he can slow down extra expansion, stuff like that. This is like weird but cool play from Shrew. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what's going on here.
All right, the Stalker is going to be out now. Ling speed is almost done, which is going to make this ground force basically useless. Oh,
very nice. Forces that recall. That's going to be less.
The Oracle, by the way, down here at the bottom. Let's see how many drone kills it can get. There's no queen in sight just yet. Oh my God!
Wow.
Burrow's so good. Oh my God, that's so funny.
You know what's funny is he could turn on his detection and go after it, but how much energy does he have?
He has 44.
Okay, that wouldn't have been worthwhile. It only killed like 2 drones. That was really cool.
True's going to win potentially game 1. That investment into the Oracle did absolutely nothing.
I do wonder, though, because we do have 4 gates, but you know what? With those lings on the map with speed, Rain hasn't really tried to get anything done, so True is in a nice spot, but he's continuing to make lings. He's a little bit afraid of this, seeing those 3 warp gates up front. Oh, okay. So these lings are actually going to end up paying off because we have a lot more gates on the way. It's going to be up at 7.
You can't really blame Rain for trying to push out like this up the 7 gate because this timing of this whole thing is weird now.
It is. Everything's weird.
Everything's weird. And that's the problem is when you play against something like this that you don't get to play against a ton, which is what Rain's experiencing right now. Then again, you don't really know if how behind am I? Hard for me to know.
That is the case.
People don't practice this against me. If I'm this behind, should I just do an all in? Well,
I'm a bit nervous as well because he only has 1 probe out, Tasteless. So if that probe gets picked off,
which is an easy thing to happen against
Lings. But it looks like it's going to be fine. He's going to get a well-placed pylon. This is a scary attack. And he still has the Oracle. If he could get rid of that Oracle, it'd be nice. Is he just... Yeah, he may end up giving up the 3rd base, making 3 spines of the natural kind of points towards that, but he has a lot of queens down there.
Yeah.
We could see him target down that Oracle, like, really quickly with the queens if it comes in too far. Let's see. What's he going for? Actually, he was going for the Mothership Core.
Now remember, he does have Burrow here, so he can burrow his units. But, of course, the detection now on there. So
the Oracle really making Burrow not work out like you.
Yeah, it's funny how the Oracle ended up being used in this way.
Yeah, Oracle for detection. Nothing else off Stargate. Really neat, interesting game. Nice force fields going down. Continuing to warp in a lot of units. Look at that, using that Stalker and a force field to wall that off completely right now.
Yeah, and another great wall up here as well. I know the spines are coming up here. He probably should just bum rush the spine crawlers as they're rooting.
It looks like that's exactly what he wants to do, Tasteless. Moving forward now with all these units. The force field's kind of getting in his way, but so many Zealots.
That hatchery's been killed, by the way. So
yeah. Sorry, True. This was like a really cool idea,
GG.
but never worked out. Though I think the missing piece here was what was Burrow really doing?
I wonder if he had it timed out differently that, he would have more creep there. He would get Lings to come over there and then Burrow.
Well, the Burrow was nice against the harassment. I guess
don't know. That was a weird strategy.
I'm really trying to figure out exactly, because the Burrow will always be nice against a Stargate, right?
Right.
But he didn't see the Stargate. Rain very well could have gone Robo. We've seen a lot of Protoss' counter-offensive hatchery by going Robo, getting the Observer out if they need it, and then using Warp Prism and Immortal and parlaying that into a strong attack later on. And I don't know what Burrow with Lings and Queens would have truly done against that. Like, I guess you would save all your Queens.
I think that's one of these strategies we'll probably never really get to know what he had planned there, because it looks like the execution of it went so poorly.
Yeah, it kind of never came together.
Like when he burrowed against the Oracle, I was like, oh, cool. Now the Oracle is not worth anything. But then Rain said, well, all right, I guess I'll just use this as an observer. It's a 7-gate timing attack.
It was definitely the right decision because, as we saw, Burrow was in play.
And that's one of the things I love about Rain is his ability to adapt and respond. He is playing against his opponent and what they're doing, not just, oh, I'm against a Zerg, I better do this, this, and this, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Looks like our next map's going to be Whirlwind.
Right, what is he going to end up doing here, I wonder?
I would think True would play more standard. I don't think there's anything that's necessary. Rain, I don't know what to expect.
Well, I think Rain's going to play completely defensive. True is known for being pretty aggressive, so there could be more of the same on the way. I think it's going to be a gateway expand with the pylon at the choke.
Yeah.
At the ramp, yeah. I guess, is the actual correct term.
Making it into a choke.
Indeed.
I
guess all ramps are chokes of some sort.
Guys, let's get hype. We're going into the next game here between True and Rain. The winner of this best of 3 moves on to the round of 16 in the GSL Codes.